Hi everybody, Sue here from Inspired Messages, and welcome to the September edition of the astrology forecast. And as many of you know, I'm not in the UK anymore. I'm in Thailand. It's just very warm here, but also very nice. I think you've got really nice weather in the UK anyway at the moment. So I hope you're enjoying the rest of the summer, making the most of it. I think it's important that we're out in the nature and grounding and putting our feet on, on the ground, hugging trees and all that kind of thing. Because we're symbiotic with nature. Anyway, there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the heavens as well, and it's not going to be a quiet month, and it's not going to be quiet, I don't think, for quite a while yet. So we've got to be focused, we've got to be level-headed, we've got to keep calm, we've got to keep doing what we're doing, and just keep moving forward. So, as I said, there's a lot going on in the heavens, and the 2nd of September is going to. There's quite a lot of things happening because Uranus is going to go stationary, which means it stops still, ready to go retrograde, which is going backwards, and that's on the 2nd. And when we have stationary planets and ready to go retrograde, then it's a very strong energy. It's extra strong. So we again, which Uranus, and we're always, every month Uranus has a loud voice. It's got something to say, and obviously it's in the sign of Taurus, which is to do with earthy things, because Taurus is an earth sign, and so there can be a lot of disruption in those areas. So, but also Uranus is known also as the awakener, and so it's going to awaken us to maybe all sorts of things. We can expect shocks and surprises because that's the Uranian energy, and that can be in any area of life. And that, as I said, can be to do with anything connected to the land, because, as I say, it's in Taurus, which is an earth sign. So it could be floods, earthquakes, volcanoes erupting. And we already Mount Etna erupting in Italy. There's also another eruption started again on the 22nd of August, and is the sixth of its kind in the area since last December, and that's in Iceland. And if you watch my last video, I was actually, or the one before maybe, I visited Iceland this year in June, and they lost my case, which and my luggage with my eye drops in it and everything. So that was part of my Uranus on my sun, losing things suddenly, which is very Uranian. And anyway, I did get to see this, and it's very close to the airport, and the town where it's happening has all been evacuated. So people won't be able to go back, I don't think, ever. So these people kind of lost their homes, which is, not good, is it? But I think they live with that kind of energy of that kind of thing can happen because of where they are. But anyway, we could see more of that, and we may see cyber attacks, maybe, or electricity problems, because Uranus is very electrical. And plus, when I say the cyber attacks, it also rules technology as well. So that's why I'm kind of bringing that into it. And obviously, Taurus is to do with money and security. So there could be problems with banking and finance problems as well. So we need to kind of get that in our mindset, so that we're ready for it, so there isn't such a shock. Obviously, for many people who are not into astrology, it's going to be more of a shock to them. So, and on a side note, Uranus going retrograde is going to retrograde back to my sun in my ninth house, and it will be there in December, about the 20th of December. It's going to be exact, just in time for Christmas, and we'll stay there till March 2025. It'll be exact on my sun. So that will be January, February, and leaving in March. So goodness knows what's going to happen. But anyone who's been following me will know I'll have the conjunction exact once I was travelling in May and June this year, and actually how chaotic it all was. So watch this space. Obviously, I will let you know what happens. Maybe it won't be as bad. Maybe it'll be worse because it's the third time, and usually the third time is the strongest. So maybe I'll be proved wrong. Anyway, so that's on the second, and then also on the second, Pluto moves back into Capricorn, and will stay there till the 19th of November, and we'll be at 29 degrees, and that can be more chaos because Pluto's going to dig up the dirt to bring in, more secrets to the surface, massive changes to do with the government, education, health, religion, banking, and it won't be here again in our lifetime because it takes over 200 years to go around the chart. So, this is really kind of a time of where it's going to make its presence felt, because we're at the 29th degree and it's coming back again. So, just again with the Uranus, it's not going to happen particularly on the second, but or during this time frames that I've given you, we can expect almost anything. And as if that wasn't enough, we've got the new moon in Virgo on the second in some parts of the world, but for the UK, it's just into the third at 2:55 a.m. At 11 degrees Virgo. So obviously, Virgo is to do with health, it's to do with work and health, and so those areas could be highlighted. And the new moon is opposite Saturn, and it's squaring Jupiter, and that forms the T-square. So squares are always a challenge, and we have two of them. And the new moon is I'd say, it's in Virgo, so it criticizes. It's very critical of itself. I know I got Virgo as my ascendant, so I can be very critical of myself, never thinking I've done, enough, or I can criticize other people. That's very Virgo. And obviously it's opposite Saturn, which restricts. So you may be critical of yourself, about your work, maybe about your health, not happy really with what you're doing, maybe analysing it, because that's what Virgo does. And it's interesting actually that the new moon is 11 degrees, and my ascendant is 8. So it's very close to my ascendant, so will affect me in some way. But I'm actually going to be doing a juice fast over the period of the new moon. And I actually I didn't plan it. So that's interesting, obviously. As Virgo, it's about health. I've got Virgo ascendant. So I'm always kind of doing things like that. But I mean, I haven't done anything like this for a long, long time, years, a few. So, I mean, it's not like, I do it every month or something. I probably ought to, because I'm Taurus, and Taurus likes sweet things. It's ruled by Venus. So, thank goodness for the Virgo, actually, because it brings me back, and makes me do the right thing. So the new moon obviously is square to the Jupiter as well in Gemini. So your beliefs can come into question, and overthinking and over analyzing is likely. Obviously, if you are a Virgo or you've got Virgo strong in your chart, it's going to affect you more than other people. And also, I've mentioned the Black Moon Lilith before in recent past videos, and she's very feisty. She doesn't stand any messing, and she connects to the underdog and is an activist fighting for her corner and for others, and she will stick her neck or her head above the parapet. She's also feminine energy and is conjunct Venus in the new moon chart. Also, another feminine energy in Libra, actually, and Venus belongs in Libra, so it's quite strong. But it's these two planets together are in the third house of communication. So we may see people sticking their heads above the parapet and talking about the problem of male and female being out of balance um, due to woke ideology. Who knows? The Black Moon and Venus are also opposite the North Node, which is in the ninth house of beliefs and foreigners, and is in Aries. And Aries is ruled by Mars, the god of war. So it all kind of fits, people fighting for to get it right. And the North Node is the direction we should be moving in. So let's see what happens as the world may well have its beliefs challenged over the next few weeks, months. We don't know, but this could be part of it. And on top of that, we've got Mercury has now gone direct again, which helps us move personally. It helps us move forward with plans we would like to make under this new moon. And obviously, under a new moon, you can have your new moon wishes. So it's time to do a new moon ritual, making your list of what you want over the next 28 days, meditating on what you want to accomplish in the next month. Set the scene, music, meditate on it, and try and bring it into your mind's eye, what you want over this next month. There will be conversations and videos on health issues around the world. There's going to be more analysis on both sides of the fence, if you get my meaning. And the WHO have announced another health emergency, and it sounds like it's M, and it sounds like box, or rhymes with box, right? So I'm not going to say it, which some people are saying this box, M box, is a side effect of the CV shot. So we'll have to wait and see, but already people are talking. We can already see the subject of health is already being discussed. And Portugal have actually just recently, during the last week, I think, launched a Vax card. So you won't be able to do anything, travel or anything without this card, which is what we didn't want. But obviously that's kind of indirectly connected to health as well. On another side note, Mark Zukerberg of Facebook fame admits he was told to censor posts by the Biden administration, and Redacted News has spoken about it on their news channel. And I have put a link to the video under mine, and he talks about it at 5.24 minutes of the video, if you just want to hear about that. But you may like to watch it all, as there are, quite a lot of interesting subjects being discussed. So have a look at that. And Mercury actually moves into Virgo on the 9th of September and will stay there till the 26th of September. Now, obviously it belongs in Virgo, but it can make you very anxious. you've got to really watch yourself. So for maybe the next month, with everything that's going on, with the new moon being in Virgo and Mercury moving into Virgo on the 9th, there could be a lot of over anxiety, and lots of thoughts will bombard your mind. So it's important. I think I mentioned last month, RJ Spinner, Spina. I think I put a link to one of his videos. He talks about the thoughts in our head don't belong to us, which I think is very interesting. And he has quite a lot of videos to watch on YouTube, and it's really an interesting guy. Has a lot of really useful information, which I think people can use at this time, because of not, trying to help you not be anxious, because it actually doesn't serve you or anyone else. So we need to be, as I said right at the beginning, we need to be focused and calm and getting on with our own lives and not being drawn into, I say I'm not on that timeline, actually. I'm on my own timeline. So, and I think that's what we all need to do. We get dragged into these things, and I actually only watch things that are positive, that have like a good message, a positive message. So think about that. But anyway, this transit of Mercury moving through Virgo again can actually flag up if you're in the right job. It might flag it up, and if you're not in the right job, it can make you ill. And I know it's difficult always to be doing what you really, really want to do. Some of us, and I have done it, had to do a job just to pay the bills. So I understand that. I'm not trying to be flippant, but I'm just saying that that is a possibility. If you're not doing what you should be doing, then that can affect your health. And then on September the 18th, we're going to have the full moon, a lunar eclipse, and it'll be in Pisces at 25 degrees. And Pisces, rules lots of things. I mean, it does rule the underdog. It does rule illusion, delusion, and it can be that we have to sacrifice something, or we have to let go of something. So, do you need to let go of anything? Are there things in your life that are not actually working for you that you really need to change? Because full moon is always a time of letting go and getting rid of things that are not good for us. It will actually be on the 17th for some parts of the world. And obviously Pisces is a water sign, and this is a full moon, and so emotions can be high. Water signs are always more emotional, and the police and the hospitals always have more intakes when it's a full moon, and when it's in a water sign, it's even more emotional. So our emotions could be very high, and they might be high because of all this anxiety we're having with the Virgo, and we will be maybe navigating endings and new beginnings. So, watch all of that. The upside of Pisces is very spiritual. It's good, to meditate with Pisces. It's good to be still. It's good to be listening to music. It's good to be watching a soppy romantic film. It's lovely to be reading poetry. It's lovely to be sitting in the garden. To do all the nice things that you can do to offset, the emotional. But anyway, obviously, the ruler of Pisces is Neptune, and it's also in Pisces at 29 degrees. Okay, And remember, at 29 degrees, there can be chaos, and it's conjunct this full moon in Pisces. So, this is going to give more emphasis, or it could be something to do with something dissolving or some kind of illusion being shattered, either personally or globally. Okay, so watch out for all of that. It could be connected to health issues around the world as people get sick. Remember, the sun is in Virgo, the sign of health, and it is important not to get depressed at this time. Send healing, love, energy to the planet and keep the vibe high. So, I know it's maybe going to be a tricky time, especially if you are a water sign, but it's better to, be aware and do, be ahead of the game, so that you can do something about it. Okay, so on the 22nd, the sun moves into Libra, and it is the autumn equinox, which is the time when we have equal day and night. And the sun and the moon are both trining Pluto, and that creates a grand trine, which actually suggests that Pluto, with its unfinished business, may unearth more transformation of the way our world is run. And it is a trine, so it's grand trine. So, it's not a square. So I want to look at it as transformation, more than devastation. Okay. But the full moon does conjunct Uranus, so it's also involved in this grand trine. Just the moon, the moon's conjunct Uranus. So, again, we've got Uranus just poking its head there. So what I'm saying is, look at the positive. There's always a positive and a negative to everything. So let's look at the positive. There are many people around the world doing amazing things. And we know we're moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, where it will be very, very different. It will be much more humanitarian. It will be much more about community. And we can already see that happening. So I think with this moon conjunct Uranus, let's look at it that we maybe have a new way of doing things, and maybe it's on the horizon. And as the sun moves into diplomatic Libra, which insists on harmony and doing it in a diplomatic way, it doesn't like rowing. So, and as I say, we know there are many people around the world who are insisting on new ways of living and being on this planet. So we must see this through, as our future can be good if we're all on the same page. We can do this. And no squabbling, actually, is the motto of Libra, along with fairness. And I have lots of Libras in my family, and they are all like that. They always see both sides of the coin. And it's very strong if you know any Libras. And so this is how we need to be. So on top of that, I've included 2 more video links that you might find interesting. An interview where Tucker Carlson is interviewing our very own Neil Oliver, which I'm sure you will enjoy. I always love listening to Neil. He's really good. And the other one is a quartet on how to be who you really are. So in this quartet is a guy called, I don't know everybody, I know 2 people on this quartet. So I know Penny Kelly, which you may have seen. She's American, and she's a clairvoyant, and she does the tarot. She's, very good. And Greg Braden, lots of people know. And a guy called John L. Peterson and Kingsley Dennis. And they discussing the global changes and the necessity of personal sovereignty. And they, in this video, they express their concern over the tensions around the world, particularly, regarding potential wars and an increase in manipulation through psychological warfare, misinformation, and technocratic control. And they emphasize actually the need for individuals to reclaim their sovereignty by thinking critically, questioning the narrative presented by mainstream media, and preparing for a future where traditional systems may collapse. Another great video for you to watch, and obviously not connected to astrology, but it doesn't matter because this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying, is that there are people out there that are doing things, and I try and put videos up that maybe people don't usually see or find, so that it's a bit of a different outlook coming from a different angle, so you can watch something that might help you really, and especially as we're going through September. So to the rest of September, obviously the new moon for the UK is in the middle of the night, 2:55, but on the 3rd, Mars, which is in Gemini at the moment, it will be moving into Cancer, but it's squaring Neptune, obviously in Pisces. So a square, as I said before, is a challenge. Mars is energy, and so I think your focus could be lacking on the 3rd, and you may need some time away from anything that's too demanding. Otherwise, you could get drained. So make sure you're doing something nice, not working too hard, and getting plenty of rest. Okay. And on the 4th, Mars does enter Cancer. And that means you can be driven by what you feel, because Cancer's a water sign. So it's all about how you feel. And your emotions can motivate you to take action when Mars is in Cancer, and you can address your home and family matters, because obviously Cancer is to do with the home and the family. And so Mars entering Cancer really means that you could put some energy into that area of your life on the 4th. Okay. And you will feel it, because obviously Cancer is about feelings. And then on the 7th, Mercury is going to square Uranus. And so you could be all over the place. Mercury is to do with the mind. So, and then we've got this square again, which is a challenge. So your mind may be bombarded with things. You may be all over the place, and it can be difficult to get your thoughts under control. Try to let it flow. Don't box yourself in mentally, and try and watch something of R.J. Spinner. That's Spina. Please watch him. He's really good, and this could help you, especially if you're one of those people that does overanalyze and gets anxious. Okay, the 8th, the sun is going to be opposite Saturn. Discipline can be lacking, and you could feel limited, with what you want to do. And again, a break could be helpful. And you need to really look at things from a different perspective. So if we always do what we've always done, we're always going to get what we've always got. And we all do, we all get in our patterns. So it's about changing our patterns and thinking about it and understanding ourselves, and what do we need to change. Okay, so the 9th, Mercury enters Virgo, and I did talk briefly about that. So something can come full circle from what you've been doing, and you can have a better eye for details, and you could get work done, because Mercury in Virgo is clearing the office, sorting files out, which we all need to do, including me. I need to do some of that, but we go, I'll do it another day, or I'll put it to one side. So yeah, you've got till the 26th, I think, from the 9th to the 26th, to clear your files, clear the office, do some clutter clearing, get rid of clothes, do all that kind of thing. Use that energy in that way. Mercury is also on the 11th. 2 days later, it's going to sextile Mars. Okay, so this is a sextile, and obviously Mercury's happy in Virgo, and it's the ruler of Virgo. So you can take the initiative with any of your ideas or plans from the new moon, what you planned in the new moon, and you have the energy you need to get it done and do it, which is great. And on the 12th, the Sun is going to square Jupiter. So again, this is a square. So you need to not do too much. You could overdo it, and then you kind of, oh dear, don't I'm tired. So take it easy. Don't try to take on too much because Jupiter wants to do, a lot. So yeah, just relax. And but don't be lazy either. But I make use of that kind of time really where you can do something, but don't overdo it. And then Venus on the 15th is going to be trine Jupiter. So this is great if you want to meet new people. You can open up to people that maybe you've not seen for a while, and you'll probably benefit from partnerships, compromises, and alliances with people. And it could be a great time, a great day, really, for opportunity because Jupiter is always there to give us an opportunity if we want it. So think about that. And then on the 18th, we've got the Pisces full moon, lunar eclipse, and again, as I said, your emotions could be heightened, and you might want more time to yourself. That's fine. Don't be taken in by anybody. Don't let somebody give you a sob story. Which could be likely, and you could let go of something important, as I said, because it is about clearing the clutter or getting rid of things, that you no longer want on a full moon. And Mercury is opposite Saturn, and you can struggle with mental focus, and you might have, too much on your mind, worrying you. And we talked about that. Give your mind some space and don't stress. Play some nice, soothing music, and do some meditation. And on the 19th, the Sun is trine Uranus. So venture outside your comfort zone with this and see what opportunities are there for you. You can make great progress when the Sun is trine Uranus. So something unexpected might drop into your lap. So look out for that on the 19th. And on the 20th, we've got the Sun opposite Neptune. So, this is an opposition, it's like a tightrope, so energy might be drained. And if you have to deal with anything or anyone demanding, this can take it out of you. So make sure, again, this doesn't happen. Make sure you have time to recharge your batteries, because if you're a giver, you can give too much. And then the 21st, Mercury in Virgo, remember, is squaring Jupiter. So you could think, have massive plans that are too big. Or you could have a hard time focusing on the details. So you need to, remember it's only for one day. This is the 21st. So don't force things. And just, remember it's only for one day. And then on the 22nd, the Sun is going to trine Pluto. So this can help with your power, your personal power. It can help you take control of something. It can make you feel strong. And sometimes it can make you feel unstoppable. So this is really good on the 22nd. Also on the 22nd, the Sun enters Libra. We've talked about that. And it's Libra's all about balance and harmony, partnerships, making compromises, making commitments, and having a nice time socially. So think about that as the sun enters Libra, and obviously it's the autumn equinox, which I talked about earlier, and Venus, which is the ruler of Libra. Um, it's squaring Pluto. So there could be somebody might want to, the power more than you do. So somebody might want their control, or somebody might want it to manipulate. So be careful. If that happens, just back off. Um, Work on transforming instead, because that can empower you. And Venus enters Scorpio, and it increases passion actually when Venus enters Scorpio, because Scorpio is the sign of passion and intensity. Venus here can increase passion and intensity in your relationships, and you can improve your emotional bonds with other people, and it allows you to have a great connection, and that you can take your connections or your partnerships or your relationships more seriously. On the 24th, Mercury is going to trine Uranus, again, thinking outside of the box, thinking unusual things, unconventional ideas, and finding new ways to express yourself is likely on the 24th. The 25th, Mercury is going to oppose Neptune. So imagination can take over. You can get lost in daydreams and fantasies. It's not great for if you want to do some work. It's not good for that. But it's excellent for creative things, so art or anything to do with the imagination, or music, or writing in general would be good. Writing, if you like to write, then it would be a good day. And then on the 26th, Mercury is going to trine Pluto. Again, you could do some research with this, because Mercury, it's trine Pluto. So if you need to research or go and find out about something, or need to find more out about a situation, a project, or somebody, this can help get you the solutions, and find the answers that you need. And then Mercury on the 26th leaves Virgo and enters Libra. So this makes communications with others quite good, because Libra is all about balance and harmony and diplomacy. You can open up to lines of communication with people that maybe it's not been that good. You can get, people talking where they weren't talking before, and you can maybe understand people's opinions, and you can enjoy bouncing ideas off other people. So be quite good for a meeting of some kind. If you to have a good discussion. So that's the 26th. Then jumping to the 30th, we've got Mars trining Saturn in Pisces. So discipline can be strong, and you can focus on what you need to get done, the goals you want to make progress with, and how you can take the right approach, the right way forward. Is really good when Mars is trine Saturn. And then the Sun is conjunct Libra also. So chatting with others and getting their insights and perspective can help you with your own ideas, and you can make progress with something that you want to do, again, writing or something like that. So that being all said, obviously I thought about the affirmation, and so it's very short, but it's kind of connected with what I've been talking about. So hand on heart every morning. I am calm, focused, and live in an abundant, peaceful world. I am calm, focused, and live in an abundant, peaceful world. So that's the affirmation for this month. And we say affirmations as though they've already happened. Okay, so this is important that you say, I am calm, because we get what we believe. And RJ Spinner, I know I keep talking about him, but it really resonates with me. And I actually had his book as a present. So I'm reading his book as well. One of his books, he's written 3. But I think I think actually somebody told me that the book I have, which I did mention on another video, he actually reads a chapter out on his YouTube channel. So that, each chapter. So that would be good if you don't want to read, if you want to listen. But yeah, please do that. Please stay calm and focused and say, I'm calm, focused, and live in an abundant, peaceful world. So have a great September. Don't get pulled into the drama. We know there's going to be drama. We know there has to be drama. We know what's coming. We know we have to be strong, and we are emotional beings, but we can do this. And so be connected to like-minded people. Make sure you're not alone. Make sure you're with the people who understand you. Okay. And enjoy the September, enjoy the weather, get out and about, hug that tree, walk on the grass, eat fresh food, and meditate, have good sleep, and be with good people, good friends, and your family. And I will see you, gosh, at the beginning of October, which, yeah, I can't believe, but the months go very quick, don't they? So have a great month, and I will see you soon. You know where I am. I'm on Facebook, Astrologer Sue Fletcher, and my website is astrologysue.com. Okay, and you can contact me through astrologysue.com on my contact page if you need to. And remember, I do have an astrology course on Udemy, which you can find through my website. And I do a course called, and it's just left me, but it's about your life purpose. So it's a 6-week course helping you to find what you should be doing. So yeah, if you need any help, you know where I am. And I will see you very soon. Goodbye for now. Bye bye.